Here we are. It is Thursday. Are we ready? Let's go. So, how do you know when you are ready to hire someone in your team? Now, I want you to get your mindset around don't hire when you feel like you are ready. I want you to think of how can I hire before I am ready and before the business needs it. Because so often we hire when we feel the business is ready, financially, I'm talking about. Like, it could be like, right, I know we need another £600 a month to pay that person. And this is what this person is going to generate. And this person is what I expect to pay them. And we need to have that in the bank to be able to pay them for that role before they even start. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of a scenario. We're in the process of opening a brand new facility, which is really exciting, in January. And we have hired a new sales and marketing person to start on the 1st of November. Now, I have hired them 2 months prior to us really needing them. I mean, the new facility is opening like 5th of January. Now, of course, we are starting to market from now. So there will be a bit of a trickle and there will be a lot of trials booked in now before we open in January. But the revenue for this new person is not actually going to be there till we're fully up and running. So I fully expect the revenue for this new person to be coming in for very much kind of like January, February time, when this new facility is obviously there to support this new role. But I've hired a couple of months prior to help support my current team with the transition of this new facility, for this new person to get established so they're not overwhelmed that when we are fully open, they are then trying to learn the ropes. So whenever you need and you're thinking of, I need to hire a new position, I need that new position in my company, I want you to always bear that in mind. Don't hire when you are absolutely running out of time. It's exhausting for everyone. The stress levels are through the roof. The phone is off the hook. And then you think, now I need someone. Because it will take a good 3 months. So it's your 90 days that we talk about a lot. It will take a good 90 days for that person to get fully established in their role. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's a little bit more. But you want to throw them in the deep end. You don't want to throw them in the deep end of when the phone is off the hook. You want to throw them into the deep end, as it were, when they've got support around them. And when they're like, do you know what? I've got a little bit of time to learn and grow. We had a new salesperson, new sales executive start in July. In gold medal. I could have easily have gone, do you know what? We really need them in September, which we did. But I know there's a learning curve. I didn't want them learning in September. I needed them learning in July, August, when it was slightly quieter. So think of the same analogy with your business. I remember, and I can share lots of personal analogies with you on this live today, because I remember, and if you've been following me for a while, you've probably heard this story. I remember very clearly, probably about 2-3 years into business. No, you know, it wasn't even that. I think it was about 12 months. It was quite soon after opening. And I remember looking at the clock and it going midnight. I was in the office still. And I remember thinking, do I go home or do I sleep on that couch in front of me? What a mad thought. Like, I was like, there's too much to do. There's too much to do. I don't even want to get in my car at this time of night. Anyway, I did go home. But the reality is I should have hired way before that point in time. Because I remember clearly I had closed the gym at like 7 p.m. and then I was working. So I was then working in the evening. And I look back now, I think, God, that's madness. And obviously I had no partner. I had no kids. There was nothing for me to go. I was living at home. So I didn't get home. I didn't need to get home for something. But the point is, and that's probably why I didn't delegate quick enough, if I'm honest, because I had more time at that stage. Now with full family commitments and 3 young children, that would never, ever, ever be an issue. That's never even going to be a conversation. Of course, I'm coming home at that time. And there's no way I can be up till 3 a.m. answering emails and, you can't be calling anyone at that time. So the reality is I hired way too late at that point, way too late. And I want you to think of the same for your business. Do not wait on, is the income there? Because the whole point of this new person that you are generating, and I talked about this on yesterday's live on creating profit pushes in your business and like profit centers. The whole point of a new member of staff is that they are creating new profit for you within their role. Okay. If they're not, then we need to look at if they're the right person to position, if they're doing their job correctly. But the whole point of bringing someone in is to either take work off your plate so you can then work on more higher value stuff within the company that only you, the CEO, can work on, or they're doing like a sales role or person to coach. You know, obviously you bring a new coach, you've got 6 students, 7 students, whatever your ratio, you know their job is paid for. Same with sales, same with marketing. So look at it in that sense of, do you know what? I'm going to probably have to fund this role myself for 2 or 3 months whilst the business catches up and whilst the new person is learning. And then when they're fully established, they're up and running. They're then creating new business because they've got the time in their role to do it. So always think 3 months out. It will take 3 months for someone to get fully established. So if you need them in January, hire them now. If you need them in like April, hire them in like end of January, beginning of February. Always think 3 months out. And you can use that analogy for everything in your business. If you think you need coaching and you're not moving forwards, I can't tell you the amount of times my sales teams have these conversations and they're like, I'm not ready yet. Well, you're never going to be ready. You don't know what you don't know. You will still be in the same position in 6 months' time. If you don't make any changes now, you'll never be ready because you're doing something out of your comfort zone. You're doing something new. You'll never be ready to hire a new member of staff. You just got to do it. You'll never be ready for that new venue because there will always some other expense that you think, oh, prime example for this. We've got brand new venues, as I said, opening in January. We've had some last minute costs that have come up that really I could do without. But we're opening this new venue in January. It's already scheduled. And I know it'll all be fine in the end. But we could get itchy feet at this time. Oh, really, are we ready? Could we just put it back 6 months? No, we're not putting it back because this is business. Things are always going to come up. So utilize that analogy everywhere in your business of hiring before you need it, mentorship before you need it, coaching before you need it, investment before you need it, and anything in your business before you need it, because you are then growing your business on your business growth and not your comfort zone. And that, my friends, is where I'm going to leave you today, because always think that grow your business on your business needs and growth, not on your timeline and your comfort zone. Otherwise, your business will procrastinate and you will build your business very, very slowly. Words of wisdom